Hi, my name is John Griffith. I'm the developer of the Tipping Point Data Puzzle, and in this video, I'm going to describe the eliciting students' ideas practice in the context of the tipping point. So first, the goal of this practice is to elicit student ideas about an opening scenario. This could be about an image, a question, a video, or a demonstration. And this opening scenario is going to have similarities to the science investigation presented later in the data puzzle. And so here we're trying to bring out student experiences, ideas, and language that can then be used as a resource to help students make sense of new, complex science phenomena. And I just want to pause quickly and tell you that this part is not included in the student worksheet. It's meant to be facilitated in a way that fits your classroom. And so we've had a number of data puzzles teachers facilitate the opening scenario using it as a warm-up prompt where students respond to the prompt in a science notebook, getting students together in pairs to facilitate it using the think, pair, share strategy, or getting students in smaller groups with whiteboards to respond to the opening scenario. So it's up to you, the facilitator, to decide what's best for your classroom. For the tipping point, the opening scenario is a question, a prompt. And so introducing it to students, every time you go to the doctor, you get your vital signs. These are things like a heart rate, blood pressure, your weight, body temperature. You get these vital signs measured, and you want students to think about why that's the case. And so students will respond to the prompts. Why do doctors want to keep track of your vital signs year after year? And so you should prepare students by letting them know that we want them to share their ideas with the class after they had a little bit of time to think about it. And you, the facilitator, you're trying to key in on certain ideas, words, experiences from students, specifically as they relate to keeping track of patterns or trends in vital signs over long time periods, trying to identify changes in these patterns or trends that might be indicative of better health or declining health. So key in on those sorts of things during that discussion. The next part of this practice is to try to connect the opening scenario to the science investigation that will be presented in the data puzzle. So we use a couple of different prompts to help students make the connection. And so, doctors are tracking your vital signs over long time periods, and this can help them identify changes and potential problems. So now we want students to imagine, what it would be like if you could take plants to the doctor and what kind of measurements those doctors would want to take related to those plants, and how might a doctor know if the plant was unhealthy. And so getting students to make that connection, make that jump from their own experiences, the doctor's office, to imagine what a doctor might do if they were measuring a plant and how they might know if that plant was healthy or unhealthy. And finally, segueing that discussion into introducing the plant doctors, the featured scientists in the tipping point data puzzle. These are ecologists that study the growth and survival of a particular tundra plant called Moss campion across a broad geographic range in the western United States. They're particularly interested in how these Moss campion vital signs, survival, growth, and reproduction rates are affected by changes in the environment. And so their research is focused on Moss campion plants over a 20-year time period, and they hope to continue to monitor the plant's vital signs for 20 more years to come. So that concludes the eliciting students' ideas practice for the tipping point data puzzle. At this point, students would be ready to transition into part 2, the identifying important science ideas practice, where you distribute the student worksheet and engage students in the interactive reading.